everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Reeti and I am back with another lecture in the SQL series. So in the last lecture, we got to know more on the foreign keys. In this particular video, we would be learning about the most important SQL command, that is update command. So without any further ado, let's get started. So before starting with the update command, let's just realize or understand what is the importance of update command or how is this update command even coming into the picture. So what is SQL? SQL is basically a programming language which helps us to perform any CRUD operations on our data. Now what are these CRUD operations? So CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. Now whenever we want to perform such operations on our data, we use SQL, and there are some special commands in SQL which help us to perform all these operations. So for the create, we have a create command in SQL which help us to create any database, any table. For the read, we have a select command which help us to show the data or the data which is present to make a query in the data. Then update, we have the update command in SQL, and then for delete, we have a delete command in SQL. So using all these commands, we can do manipulations in the data, basically perform the CRUD operations. Now in this particular video, we would be touch basing more on the update command. So before starting with the update command, let's just create a sample database. In that sample database, let's just create a table and fill in some details into the table. Then we would be updating some values, or we can say a record in a table, and see that if the values are being updated or not. So before making any of the database or any of the table, there are some requirements or some steps we should be following. So the very first step is make a database for a company XYZ. So we have given a requirement that we have to make a database for a company named XYZ. So what we will do, we will first run this particular query where we give create followed by the database, and then we provide the database name, that is XYZ. So this is the very first step we perform. Now here it will create me a database with the name XYZ in our server. So in the server there could be multiple databases. For now it is creating a XYZ database. Now the second command is use XYZ. So as I told that in a server there could be multiple databases. Now I want to execute some queries. So how would the server know that if it's being executed in this particular database or this particular database? So we give this command use XYZ, which helps the server to know that if any operation or any queries are being performed, it would be performed in this XYZ database. So we will be hitting this particular query. Then the second requirement is, now in that particular database, we would be creating an employee table. So to create an employee table, we would be executing this query. We'll give create table followed by the table name, that is employee. And then we will provide all the columns which we need in this particular table. Basically, you can say as schema of the table or the characteristics or attributes of this particular table. So we will give the column name followed by the data type, basically what all values the column will be holding. So ID can either hold string values, integer values, boolean values, any values. So we will be telling that ID would only be holding integer values. So whenever a person wants to insert a string value or a boolean value, it will throw an error because we have told that ID would only be storing int values. And then we give a constraint. So what is constraint? Constraint is basically a set of rules we provide to particular column. So we are providing a constraint primary key which says that this particular ID field will always have unique as well as not null values. So it means that ID can't hold duplicate values, ID also can't hold null values. And in the same way, we will give column name followed by the data type. The constraint is kind of optional. So we will again give the column name followed by the data type, column name, data type, column name, data type, and column name, data type. In this way, we can create an employee table in the XYZ database. Now the third requirement comes in where we have to fill the details into the table, basically insert some data into the table. So for that we will execute this query where we will give insert into followed by the table name, that is employee, and then we will provide the order in which we want to insert all the values. So basically it gives the order, like firstly the value would be inserted into ID, second value would be inserted into name, third value would be inserted into age, fourth into department, fifth into city, and sixth into salary. So whenever here we give the values, we can provide multiple values followed by a comma. Like if I want to enter details of multiple employees, so I can enter the details of employee 1, then I can give a comma, and then I can enter details of employee 2, employee 3, employee 4, employee 5. Now in the values, the 1 is basically stored in the ID, as this is the manner in which we are inserting the data. Rahul is stored in name, 25 is stored in age, IT is stored in department, Mumbai is stored in city, and 1500 is stored in salary for the very first record, we can say, or the employee 1 record. Now in the employee 2, the same thing happens, employee 3, employee 4, employee 5. So here we have feeded among 5 details of each and every employee, including their ID, name, age, department, city, and salary. So we have created a database, we have used that database, we have created a table, we have inserted some values into the table. Now we want to see if all the values are inserted into the table or not. So the very fourth requirement is see all the data in the table. So let's see from the MySQL workbench, let's execute all these queries and create a database with a table employee so that we can perform any operations on that particular table. So I'll go to MySQL workbench. So here you can see that I have already written all the queries just to save time, but I'll be executing the queries one by one and would be explaining that how these queries are even working. So the very first thing was to make a database with a company XYZ. So I'll give the command create database followed by XYZ, and then I'll just run this. So here you can see that I've got a success, but in the schemas tab you won't be able to see anything. So you have to just right click and do a refresh all. So once you do a refresh all, you can see a database with the name or a schema with the name XYZ is created. When you open it, you would be seeing that there are no tables, no views, nothing here, because we have only created a database as of now. We haven't done any operation. Now the second operation is use XYZ. Again we use this use XYZ or use followed by the database name to tell the server that if there are two schemas SYS or XYZ, we want to execute all the operation on this XYZ schema. Now the second one was to make an employee table in the XYZ database. So we will just hit this create table. Then we give this table name, and then we provide all the columns which we need in this particular table. We'll just run this query, and here you can see we have got a success. But here you won't be able to see anything. So you have to just again go and refresh all. So here you can see in the tables our employee table is created, which is having all the columns as ID, name, age, department, city, and salary. Now we have to fill some details into the table. So I'll be just executing this query which inserts data into the table followed by the given order and then the values which we need to insert into the table. So I'll just run this. And here if I do refresh all, I won't be able to see the data which is present here. So to see the data, that if the data I have provided or if the data I have inserted is inserted correctly or not, or if the data is present or not, I'll just hit this particular query which is select star from employee. Now this particular query, select star from employee, help us to see all the data which is present into this employee table. Basically the asterisk here means all. So select all from employee. So select all the data which is present in the employee table. So we'll just hit this query. About the select, we will be looking more on to the next set of videos, but for now you can understand that here we are trying to see all the data which is present into the table. So here you can see ID, name, age, department, city, salary, and all the data which we have feeded is present here. Now let's go to the update command. So the update command in SQL is used to modify existing records in a table. Now consider that my name is Riti. I ordered something from Swiggy, I gave my name there, but my mistake, I wrote it as REETI rather than RITI. Now my name is displaying as REETI, but my name is RITI. So I raise a complaint to their customer care and I tell to correct my name. So they will ask me that what is the corrected name. So I'll provide my corrected name and I'll provide the name which is right now present. So basically I am somehow updating the value here of name from Riti, REETI to RITI. So basically update means whenever we are modifying any existing data which is present inside the database. Consider you have provided your age. By mistakenly someone feeded incorrect age. So you can ask that particular person to go ahead and update your correct age in the database. So basically update help us to modify any records or any values which is present into our table. So the query for update is this update then we give the table name, and then we provide here set. Basically means ki you have to update this particular table and you have to set the column name to this particular value. So basically if I am updating my name here, what I'll do, I'll update, I'll give the table name, I'll set, and then I'll provide the column name as name. I'll provide the value which is need to be set. So the value which needs to be set. If there are more values which are incorrect, we can provide it using comma separated way. And then I'll give the condition. Okay, I've given the name is equal to Reeti, you have to set in this particular table, but where I have to set this particular name? So I'll provide the condition where name is equal to REETI. So I'm telling my database that go ahead and update the table with the table name this, set name equal to Reeti, like the updated value, and if there are more values I can give, and I'll tell my database ki you have to update the name as Reeti, where right now the name is equal to REETI. So in this manner the update query mostly works. Now let's see some examples of this update query, some practice question, and then we will go ahead in the MySQL workbench and execute these queries. So the very first practice question is, write a query to update the salary for all employees in the HR department to 50,000. So basically for HR department now there has been an increment which is applied to all the people who are working into the HR department. So rather than going ahead and manually correcting all the salary, it's better to go ahead and execute a query which will update all the salaries of the people who are present in HR department to 50,000. So what the query would be, I'll give update, then the table name which we created employee, and then we will give the set salary equal to 50,000. So this is the updated value which I want to set. So I'll set the salary equal to 50,000, and then I'll provide the condition or the clause where department equals to HR. So go ahead, update the employee table where department is equal to HR and set the salary as 50,000. So let's just go ahead and execute this particular query into our MySQL workbench. So let's just execute that particular query. So what we will do, we'll give update, and then we will give the table name, that is employee, and then we will provide set and the value which we need to update salary equal to 50,000, and then I'll provide the condition that where I need to update this. So where department equals to HR, and I'll just execute this particular query. So here you can see that while executing this query, I've got an error, unknown column salary in the field list. So basically it's a typo, and I'll just correct it, and I'll just execute it again. Again I have got an error. So what this error says, you are using a safe update mode. So what is this safe update mode? So let's learn about this safe update mode. So what happens ki right now we are creating some databases, we are creating some tables, we are doing update into the table, we are deleting some tables, we are deleting some databases. But in a normal scenario, this doesn't happen, or in a real world scenario, this doesn't happen, because there are companies who are having huge databases, which are having databases of employees, workers, their salary details, their personal details, and much more things. So whenever we are performing any update or the delete command, that could be harmful, because there might be some APIs which would be depending on the data which is present into the database. So whenever we are updating any values or whenever we are deleting any values, we have to make sure that we are turning off the safe mode, which means we are telling ki okay, I know that I am updating the value, okay, I know I am deleting the value, please turn off the safe mode. So for that we will just execute this query, that is set SQL safe updates equal to 0. So I'll go here, so I'll set SQL safe updates equal to 0, and whenever I want to revert this, I'll execute this query and I'll just provide here as 1, and I'll just execute this query. So this query is successful. Now let's just execute this query of update, and now it's successful. So now we want to see that if the update has happened successfully or not. So we will just see all the employee details. I'll just run this command, and here you can see the department is HR and the salary has been updated to 50,000. So earlier the salary for the HR department was 2,000. Now the salary has been updated to 50,000. So let's go to the second practice question. Write a query to update the name of an employee from RAAJ to RAJ. So basically an employee name, as I told that I have given my name as REETI, but my actual name is RITI, so I want to update that value. In the same manner, we have to update the name of an employee whose right now name is RAAJ to RAJ. So for that, what we will do, we will give that update followed by the table name, that is employee. Then I'll give the set, which basically sets the value or set the updated value. So I'll give name equal to Raj, which is the updated value. And now my database wants to know that where you want to set this updated value. So I'll provide the condition where name is RAAG. So in this manner, we can update the name from RAAG to RAG. So this is all about the update command in this particular video. We would be learning about the delete and the select command in the next set of videos. Till then, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel, can go ahead and watch out the tech content first. And if you find it useful, can go ahead and subscribe. Also, I would really love if you guys can follow me on my social media handles, because there I regularly update about many resources, many job openings and much more things, which would be really helpful for you guys. So till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, keep smiling. Bye all.